Ricker, I owe all of y'all an apology because this is one of the first times that I have not been able to podcast. Yesterday, we had problems with my tablet that for some reason it wasn't acting right. We're going to send out the black signal. Give everybody a little bit of time that's going to join us for our early morning toast. We are about 17 minutes late. 18 to be exact. So I want everybody to know. Give you time to gather around the digital fireplace so that we can go on and do what we do. Oh my God. Oh, there go the mic. Okay. I was wondering why is the mic down there like that. So hopefully y'all can hear me. Let's see. Stretch your neck, Brother Tim. Okay, neck stretched. Alright. Hair pick. Time for a haircut though. So, and I have been tempted to start my fast, but I'm going to wait till the end of the school year so that I could do it more effectively. Great Umoja to you as well, Brother Kwame. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful, beautiful Umoja day. We had a nice week of breaks, of a break. It was spring break for my venture, and I was able to kind of recharge. I'm recharging from the recharge now. And we're going to get it on. So first off, I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty. This is the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. That's right. Anime was on point this morning. This is a Heart of December production. And this is the Daily Toast. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Grab your glass for that water. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. But to stay healthy, let's try it. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Sleep too. Don't get broken. Take your breath. Live and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink with me. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink, 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 drink. Put your glass and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Drink. Family, I want to say great Umoja to each and every last one of you. Once again, it's time for us to celebrate ourselves and celebrate our ancestors by raising our glass and toasting. We started this whole adventure so that we would always be able to remember our ancestors. And ancestors, we were talking about mainly our personal ancestors, because one of the things that was falling through the cracks, I believed, and it's just my personal belief, was when we came together in groups, I started seeing that, when it came to just toasting general ancestors, we were big on the big names, right? But we wasn't big on the great names. Now, and let me be clear about that, right? Because Malcolm X was the bomb, Marcus Garvey was the bomb, Harriet Tubman was the bomb, Sojourner Truth was the bomb, but those the big names. The great names are those names of those individuals that made it possible for you to make it to where you are right now. Those individuals that were there to whisper wisdom in your ear. Those individuals that was there to put books in your hands and to challenge you to push yourself farther than you thought you can go. And that's those big mamas and those aunties and those uncles and those cousins and those great friends that were in your life, right? So I'm just challenging you to remember them and lift them up, right, every morning. Speaking of that, let me say this. We have the MX Fest coming up, also known as the Malcolm X International Leader Festival, right? And we're inviting every last one of you out. We're looking for individuals that are willing to give to the festival, because we are in the midst of the fundraising, because now all of the other stuff, all the preliminary stuff is out the way. We will be having some great entertainment and some great speakers for you that day, as well as having the vendors come out. So those that want to vend, like I said, we will be putting information up. The band that's going to be playing for us, we're going to have Ed, my God, it's early in the morning. We're going to have, they don't have a group name, but Eddie Baird and Mark Lomax. Also, Mark Lomax is going to be doing he's going to be speaking. He's going to be talking about the connection between revolution, leadership, and music in some form or fashion. I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully y'all come out and support that. We also going to have the DJ out. You know what I'm saying? We got the young people working, and some of them going to be getting up, addressing the audience. We're going to have a few other things popping off too. But this will be taking place on May 25th, 2019 at the Millennium Community School. Everything is in motion. So shouts out to all those that have raised money so far. And the only thing that's missing is you, right? So we hope to see you out there. We hope to see you supporting, all right? So first off, we raise our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator and we say, Ashe. I can't wait to get some of that ambrosia. All right, from there we move to our list of our beautiful and our powerful personal ancestors. We call on Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Christopher Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Watch Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Watch Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Toppin, John Fallar, Montague Pimenel, Noma X, Pat Ma, Rob, Malika Pacour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley and the Luxor brother, Ms. Zeta Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Anna Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Lewis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weatherly, Beauty Farmer, Ago Susu, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza, Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keach Larice, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Southern Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kimsey, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Helen Investor, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Selma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs. Dang, I don't never remember reading that name. Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Mon Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Pasigi Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFridas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winfrey Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Pookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacy Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Roy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Richard Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erliston Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls in West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Lowen Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, we have Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Christina Bank, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denise Gorey, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isin, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu. All right. We lift up our glass in salute of all of our beautiful, loving ancestors, and we send love their way, and we receive love from them, and we lift up our glass, and we say Ashe. From their family, we move on to the present moment, and that's where we stand right now. This is our opportunity to keep our pact with our ancestors, as well as with those yet to come, our children, our children's children, right? In this moment, we have our opportunity to become a better self, to become better, to become stronger, to become wiser, so that we could go and lay the foundation so that we can make sure that our children have a place to build their monuments to greatness, where our children can achieve and compete. Um, we lift up our glass to this present moment. Right now, we are on Umoja. What's Umoja? Umoja. I'm going to ask everybody to activate those reticular formations. Get your mind right. I need everybody to go out and seek unity in our community, unity in our places of work, unity in our homes, unity in your tribes, in our tribes. So we lift up our glass and we salute this moment, right? For those that don't know, if you ain't catch it by now, and if you don't know the language, Umoja means unity. The modern principle of today is truth. The color is violet. Mentalism is the hermetic law of the day. And the male name for the day is Kwojo. Female name is Ajua. We lift up our glass and we salute this moment and we say, Ashe. From this great moment, we move into a great and mighty future. We move into our children, our children's children, on to infinity, right? We move to those future generations. We salute them in advance, and we make a way so that they will be able to achieve their greatness. Because if we don't handle business, they're not going to have a place to handle their business. So we have a definite responsibility. So we lift up our glass and we salute those yet to be. And we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to all of our relations and we toast. And we say Ashe. From all our relations, we move to that moment right now that's just for you. What is it that you need to move, to help you move in a great, magnificent way in this moment right now? We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. Last but not least. Last but not least, family, I want to salute the most magnificent, great, uplifting, mind-boggling, incredible, fantastic, wise, strong, capable, most capable individual in the room. We raise our glass to you. I salute you, and like I said, we want to make it a great day, as Brother Kwame also say. We lift up my glass to you, and we will say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. We lift up our glass, and we sip. Man, Brother Kwame, how is your drink drinking? How are you? I mean, are you sipping on it? What's going on? How's it doing you? Because that was a live, man, and I let that sit for almost 5 days. All right, family. I want to wish you peace, power, joy, love, and go on and make it a great. Let me see. He said, hold on. He said, man, it is strong. Told you. It ain't as bitter as I thought it was, because that burdock root is a little bit sweeter than I thought. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like a carrot. So I left some of those in there for you. So when you get all the way to the bottom, you're able to get them out. I hope that you enjoy it, and for all those other people that's participating in the market, or that's coming on market day to the mall, or you coming out to the Malcolm X Festival. If you want a personal blend made, you need to let me know in advance, because I can have it for you, right? So family, I am out.